What's up, y'all, man? Good evening. Good evening. I hope everybody got home safe. I hope everybody had a good day, a good start to Black History Month. Um, I just wanted to take a little bit of time on behalf of my brothers from my pod or our pod because I feel like a podcast to discuss the Super Bowl and the head coaching hires that have happened over the last week or so. Um, it's been weird, obviously, but it is what it is at this point. Um, I see a lot of retreads in regards to folks getting head coaching jobs. Saleh, Harbaugh, McCarthy, Stefanski. Um, Not saying that they don't deserve jobs, but it would have been nice to see a brother get a head coaching job. It's not like they're not out there. It's not like they're not worthy of getting a job. Brian Flores, even a young Christian Parker could have been up for a head coaching job. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Raheem Morris shouldn't have gotten fired so early from the Falcons. But understand that this is the business of the NFL. Um, and I really start right there before I get into the actual hires. That's what's been going on. It is disappointing that there haven't been in this, especially in this year, there were zero African American head coaches hired. It's disappointing, obviously, because there are a lot of good candidates out there for each and every one of those jobs that were open at the time. Um, it's also sort of embarrassing because they keep the league. I saw that the commissioner was asked about what the issue is with minority hires. Yes, we know that Saleh got a job, but he is not black. Nothing against him, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is the system is broken, and it's broken at the top. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what these, and you can't really blame the GMs. You can't blame the people on this, but this is what the owners are used to. And 9 times out of 10, people are going to go with what they're comfortable with. It's unfortunate to see. No, I mean they meet the Rooney rule. So obviously they take one lower level guy they know they aren't going to hire, let them go through the process, but they don't hire him. At some point, it's like, what are you really trying to say? That there aren't any black coaches in the league that aren't worthy of being a head coach? Is that what you're really saying? With years of experience either playing, coach on the sidelines, um, special teams coaches, linebacker coaches, offensive coordinators, defensive coordinators. Are you saying that they aren't good enough to lead your team? They can run your defense. They could be a wide receivers coach. They could be a quality control coach, but they're not smart enough to be a head coach. There's something wrong with that. And I don't think the league is doing enough to put black men or black women in the positions they need to be in the NFL. Because there's no reason why we should keep seeing guys in their late 60s. Not no disrespect, please. I mean, if you love the game, yes, I understand that. But you shouldn't be in your late 60s getting these jobs, man. You know what I'm saying? Let some of these young black men who have proven themselves rising through the ranks get some of these jobs, you know, and there are a lot of them that are well deserving of them. So I would like to see that happen more rather than see retreads. Yes, they hired a couple of young coaches in this cycle here, and I'll go on to talk about them, each of them, as we go as I go further. But it's still, like I said, it's disappointing to not see a black coach, not one black coach get hired in the cycle. And there were what, eight eight coaching jobs open, and not one of them was black. That's disappointing, man. For real, that is very disappointing. And I can't, I don't really speak out about it as much, but I will plan. I plan on doing it more, and my brothers also plan on doing it as well. It's something that has to change, and it has to change quickly. So I hope that for the league's sake, they get on board with, because we ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep being smart. We're gonna keep leading. We're gonna keep building. And that's what we're gonna do. But okay, so you had Robert Saleh going to the Titans. I like it off the strength of the fact that I think he got railroaded with the whole situation with the Jets. You know what I'm saying? Because the Jets are just a shitty fucking organization from top to bottom. You know what I mean? And that's not to mention what. And I'm also praying for Aaron over there, and Aaron Glenn over there in New York as well, man. That he doesn't get the short end of the stick either. You know what I'm saying? But I like Salah being with the Tennessee Titans. I think that'd be good to have that structure with Cam. He also brought Dable over there, so I think that'd be a good fit to actually, because one thing Dable can do is coach quarterbacks. I think it's a great hire for them, and is to build a foundation down there for those guys and Cam, to make sure that he gets off on the right foot with his career. Because we saw what happened the last time, man, with the Titans. They had Mayo Boy, and so, and it was Malik Willis down there, and they didn't do anything with them. So I think that's a good hire. Then you got Harbaugh with the Giants. Ugh, I I don't like it on face value. You know what I'm saying? I don't like whatever. I just don't like it. It's not uh, a biased thing against the Giants. There's something wrong there. It just seems like they just can't get it right. And Harbaugh is a good coach. It's not anything against him. It's just that stadium just harbors two horrible damn teams that just can't get right internally within their front office. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I heard, I was reading, and I know that it said that Harbaugh kind of he fought to grasp control of actually drafting and signing folks from what's his name, Joe Shane, because we saw what happened with him. He let Saquon go to the Eagles, and we saw how that ended up in year one. I think Shane should have been fired after that year, but hey, man, it's the Mariners, and then they got the pedophile co-owner over there. So I really don't like that. You know what I'm saying? So that but I hope that I do hope for the kids' sake. You know what I'm saying? Jackson Dart, that they can help him and make sure that get somebody in there that can help him not get killed back there, and that Cam Scatterbo comes back and he does well as well. So um, I think it on I'm not lukewarm. It's just like one of those things where you just got to sit and watch. You know what I'm saying, for the Giants. So that is what it is on that. McCarthy, a lot of people are like, oh, ew. I don't like McCarthy going to Pittsburgh. You know what I'm saying? My thought on that is, I think it would be good. I think it'll be good for McCarthy, man. And the reason I think that is because he's homegrown there. He grew up in Pittsburgh. He knows the city. He knows the people. He knows the culture. Um, yes, he's 68. I don't like. He's in his 60s. I don't necessarily like that part of it, but I do think he will do okay there. You know what I'm saying? One, he's a quarterback. He was a quarterback coach, offensive coordinator. I don't think, obviously we know that Aaron Rodgers isn't the future there, but I do think McCarthy, if they can draft a quarterback and groom him, and they can somehow convince Aaron Rodgers to come back and just maybe for one more year and you just groom the hell out of that quarterback. McCarthy could be a bridge head coach to turn it over to another coach on the staff or from that's coming in from somewhere else that can help build the future of the Steelers going forward. So I kind of that's my thinking of the reason why I'm cool with McCarthy being there, not for him to be a long term choice there, but just to be able to just stabilize whatever is there, and hopefully he could get a quarterback in there and groom him under Aaron Rodgers, and McCarthy could be a bridge head coach to the next future for the Steelers. So that was my thinking of that. Stefanski in Atlanta, I don't like that shit at all. And the reason because I don't, yes, can Stefanski call plays and all that? Does he have a good offensive mind? Yes, but I don't like how he did Shador in Cleveland and all the bullshit that came behind it. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't really even see the need for him to even go down there. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think that Raheem Morris should have been fired. It's just that he was in a bad state of circumstances. You know what I'm saying? Like it was weird how they even did anything down in Atlanta. They already had Kirk Cousins, right? Kirk Cousins is signed with a two-year $60 million deal or something like that. And then like with the 9th pick, you go get Michael Penix. And then knowing Michael Penix had injury issues. So it's just like the whole thing with the Falcons is basically it's not. I don't think they're trying to build for the future. They're trying to build for now, and they're building. And the reason they're doing that is because, and I hate to say it, but the owner is like 80. I think Arthur Blank is like 82 or 83 years old. So he's not thinking for the future because he doesn't. I mean, I hate to say it like that, but he doesn't know if he's going to be here in the next year or two. You know what I'm saying? And it's unfortunate, but again, it's his team. He can do whatever he wants, right? But at the same time, it's just like, okay, man, like we get it. You're thinking of now because you don't know how much longer you have left on this earth. But in doing that, you're hurting the team. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't just win now. If that was the case, you should have spent all you could possibly spend to round out your roster on the offense and defense. You should have been did that. But it is what it is. But I don't like Stefanski in Atlanta. It's reeks just like trash, man. Mike LaFleur going to the Cardinals. New hire, brand new head coach, first time up head coach. What is the quarterback situation there in Arizona? Is Kyler going to get another chance? Who is anyone? A bigger question: is anyone even going to care? Because no one cares about the Cardinals. You don't even hear about anything about the Cardinals. Not on ESPN, not on the NFL Network. You don't even hear nothing on Twitter. People. I think players just go to Arizona just to like, I don't know what they do. They just disappeared, and then you don't even know people are there. Like only person I know that plays with them is Buda Baker, and Trey McBride, the tight end. But the rest of the players just go just to disappear out there, man. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really know anything much else about the Cardinals other than they just out there because they haven't given any of us a reason to think they can do anything. I don't think that, I think with Mike LaFleur, I don't know, it's going to be years before they even get any better. So it is what it is, man. It's just the Cardinals are the Cardinals. So that's all I got on that. With the Ravens, you got, Jesse Minter, the defensive coordinator. He followed Jim Harbaugh around. He was in Michigan, University of Michigan with him. You know what I'm saying? And he was out in LA with him as well. He had that defense rocking out there in San Diego or LA. I'm sorry. I said San Diego, but LA. Um, I remember when they played the Eagles and held the Eagles did 18 points, man, and Jalen threw five interceptions. But you could say that Jalen had a bad game, but also a lot of that was due to defense, man. Like he had those guys rocking, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's the one thing I do remember about Mentor. He's a good defensive coordinator. I think he'll keep the guys tied out there, man. The biggest thing that's out there, or sorry, with the Ravens. Now I'm sorry about that. He's with the Ravens. You know what I'm saying? So he'll keep those guys rocking out there, man. The biggest thing the Ravens really got worried about is okay, who is going to be the receiver out there for Lamar. Um, he's got Henry. You know what I'm saying? He's got a good running game. It's pretty much really about getting that defense right. You know what I'm saying? Because those corners were getting killed, especially at the end of the year. That's a lot of the reason why they couldn't win. It wasn't because Lamar didn't do his thing. Those corners were trash. You know what I'm saying? And it sucks to say it because I live in the DMV and I see the damn stadium every fucking day, every fucking time I decide to go back to the crib. But hey man, it's just they're not fucking good. The defense is ass over there. But I think with Mentor, he'll get them back right the way they should be, man. It's they got kind of lost under Zach Orr. Not saying it was all his fault, but when you're defensive coordinator, who else are they gonna look to get the shit right, man? You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is there. Joe Brady going to the Bills. The familiarity, obviously with Brady and Josh Allen, but they wanted to make sure they had a guy that was there that he was comfortable with and all of that stuff. But make no mistake, man, the training wheels are off. You know what I mean? The training wheels are off for fucking Josh, man. Like you've been the MVP. This year was the year you should have taken your team to at least the AFC Championship game, and you couldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? You should at least been at a minimum in the AFC Championship game, and Josh failed his team. That wasn't a necessarily yes, even though what's his name, Sean McDermott was there for years. But he was more of a scapegoat this year more than anything else because Josh failed. You know what I'm saying? He failed. He didn't live up to he didn't play an MVP level game that game against the Broncos, man. He didn't. He was garbage. And it is what it is. And a lot of people don't want to. A lot of people want to sugarcoat things like that. But if you are the standard and you are the MVP, the MVP's shoulders are going to weigh a whole lot because you're carrying everything, and he couldn't carry that day. He just wasn't good. But I guess it's what it is with Joe Brady. Joe Brady, they wanted familiarity, somebody that would love Josh and all that shit. But I mean, the training wheels are off, man. It's the standard for the same as it is for Lamar, same as would it be for Jalen. The standard is the Super Bowl, nothing less. That's what people expect of you. You know what I mean? But he hasn't gotten there, and I don't know if he ever will. You know what I mean? Because this year was the best year for him ever to get there, and he just didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? So then you got Todd Monken going to the Browns. I like this one, and I like it specifically just because I fucking can't stand Emmanuel Acho. You know what I'm saying? Telling why I'm on that. You know what I mean? Like why in the hell would you tell a first year quarterback? Why would you tell any player, matter of fact, before we even get to the quarterback shit? Why would you tell any player not to listen to a first time head coach? But it's not just that he's a first time head coach. This guy has a lot of experience. You know what I'm saying? He was the head coach. Not the head coach, but he was the OC for a two-time MVP, NFL MVP, man. You know what I'm saying? He was the OC for the national champion at the time, Georgia Bulldogs. Why the fuck would you, Emmanuel Acho, feel you need to tell this man who's been in the league a hot 15 minutes not to listen to his head coach? Who the fuck are you to tell that young man to do that? And have I played in the NFL? No, but I've been a leader before. Why the fuck would you tell that man not listen to not listen to his head coach? He hasn't even met him yet. He met him after the fact. But why would you? Why would and then you had the nerve to sit there and say, well, everyone has bad takes. That is accurate. Everyone does. But nobody doubles down on it and says stupid shit like that. That was just dumb. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it just reeks of all the other stupid shit that you have said before that people have caught you up in repeatedly. You know what I mean? And it's not. Yes, have you've spoken to, you know, Oprah, you've spoken to Obama, you've spoken to Jay-Z, you've spoken to all these people. That does not mean that does not exempt you from saying getting held accountable for saying stupid shit, bro. It just doesn't. You said some dumb shit, man. Stop saying stupid shit. Just be whoever you are. We don't need you to play for the cameras. Just be who the fuck you are, man. But you sound like a fucking goofball all the time. You contradict yourself all the time, dude. You just do. You know what I mean? It's annoying. You are annoying. You know what I'm saying? Why would you tell a young man who's been fresh in the league, obviously we know his dad is Prime. We get that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I was Prime, off the street for you saying that stupid shit, I would have ran up on you and talked to you about that shit because you sound like a fucking goofball. You sound like a goofball telling that man, especially a young black quarterback, that knowing everything he has to go through. You know what I mean? Just stupid, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got a platform, commit. Hats off to you. You bought it from Skip, but it's yours. But I would challenge you to use your platform a little better than what you are doing, because you sound really fake at this point. That might not be you off the camera, but on the camera and what you type and what you say on camera, you sound fake as shit. And it's just a fact. Okay? So there's that. But as far as like everything else, man, I like this. And I like this hire for the Browns. Ty's been grinding, first time head coach, and I think he'll do a lot of great things with Shedeur. Granted, Shedeur is staying in Cleveland. You know what I mean? So I think that'll be good for him. I'm not going to predict no wins and none of that shit right now, but I just think that that's a good spot for Shedeur and a good spot for Todd Monken, and hopefully he can help Shedeur grow into the quarterback I think he can be. I think he's definitely going to be a starting quarterback in this league. I think he's got a lot of good things in the future going to go for him. So shout out to Mr. Monken and Shedeur on that, man. Hopefully you will get the coaching and the mentorship and the essentials you need that you didn't get from Kevin Stefanski there. So good on that. What else is going on? Super Bowl. I forgot about it. don't knock me upside my head, man. I'm just, hey, Eagles ain't in it this time. I wish they were in it, but hey, that's for another show that we're gonna have later on. I think that this game is gonna be a decent game. I think both coaches are going to coach the hell out of their rosters, McDonald and Mike Vrabel. If I start on the New England Patriots side of things, I think the Patriots are going to put up a fight, man. I like Mike Vrabel. And low key, I love Mike Vrabel because everything he teaches, everything he coaches there in New England is about attention to detail, the small things, the smallest details that matter. That man teaches the hell out of them, and those are the type of um, coaches that are successful anywhere they go, any and everywhere they go, because they know you can do the big things. That you wouldn't be in the NFL if you couldn't do the big things. It's the small things, it's the small details that keep you in there, that keep you in the league forever, that win you championships, that get you to Super Bowls and Pro Bowls and big contracts and all that. He always gives these guys details, the small details that helps you further your career. You know what I mean? And I love everything about Mike Vrabel, man. He's a good coach. You know what I mean? And I think they're going to play a good brand of ball in the Super Bowl. Um, I like Drake May. A lot of people, hey, he only threw for 86 yards, but who fucking cares, man? You know what I mean? What matters is his team is playing in the Super Bowl. You're not going to have a great. Everyone's not going to have a great game, especially in the conditions he played in. You're not going to throw for 300 and 400 yards. That's not happening. Especially when it's a damn blizzard outside. It's just not going to happen. He did what he needed to do. Yes, did he turn over the ball once? Yes. However, he didn't break. You know what I'm saying? He led his team on that field for the entire 60 minutes. He did what he was supposed to do. So I think he's going to be. I think in this environment he's going to do well. He's going to do well Sunday. Um, I like Diggs, even though he's on some nut shit off the field. I like their defense. Shout out to Big Milt Williams, man. I wish he was still with the Eagles, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? But they got a good defense, yo. They got a good defense and they got a good offense for the Patriots on the on the Seahawks side. I am. I used to pick on Sam Darnold a lot. I remember the first time I really started picking on him. It wasn't really much. It wasn't really that I was picking on him. This was when he was with the Jets, and Sam had mono. I don't know if y'all remember. Sam had mono, right? And he had just got back from having mono. Starts against the Cowboys, and he beats them. So a man was suffering with mono. They said he stopped having symptoms like that Wednesday. You know what I mean? And he comes in and he busts the fucking Cowboys' ass. You know what I'm saying? But that's neither here nor there, man. Like I'm proud of Sam. Because he started off in a shitty situation in with the Jets. You know what I mean? And he worked his way back. He didn't lose faith in himself. He didn't lose faith in the things that he could do. And God put him in the right spot to flourish. He gave him an opportunity in Minnesota. He went 14-3. Granted, yes, he did lose. He did kind of fall off at the back end of the year, but Sam, went back up the mountain, and he's one step away from being a champion. Man, you can't take that away from him. You know what I mean? He's a decent quarterback. I'm not going to say he's top 5 or top 10, but he's a decent quarterback, bro. You know what I mean? And he has Jackson Smith in the Jigba or JSN, a guy that's legit. If you had to put him in the top 5 receivers, you'd be right there right now, dude. That dude is solid, man. He's a tough fucking wide receiver. I love everything about JSN, man. They got the tight end Barner. He's good tight end. They got Walker running man. He's got the backfield all to himself. Charbonnet is hurt. I hope he comes back healthy next year. But they've got everything they need on offense to bring this championship home, man. On the defense, they can be had. They got a lot of good pieces on the defense, but as we saw last week, you know what I'm saying, they can be had. You know what I mean? It's hopefully they tighten up on defense, do what they need to do. But they have the Seahawks have all the pieces, just as though just as the Patriots have all the pieces as well to win a Super Bowl. But I think that you know the Seahawks are just that much better than the Patriots, man. I'm picking the Seattle Seahawks 27 or 31 to 27. That's my prediction for the game. I really would like to see Sam Darnold win a Super Bowl. I want to see JSN get that Super Bowl, man. Kenneth Walker the Super Bowl. I think that would, that would top everything off. To start from the bottom with this shithole fucking the Jets team, to get all the way back up the mountain and then win. That's tough, man. You know what I mean? And I think that once when Sam got past that game the week before, that was enough. And I think Sam can do it. And I think the Seahawks are going to win a Super Bowl. So that's what I got for that, man. Hopefully, myself and my other guy, man, Marv, we're probably gonna be on here probably Wednesday or Thursday, to talk specifically about the Philadelphia Eagles and what we've seen in them so far. We might even try to transfer, a little bit into talking about the NBA and discussing the Sixers and all that, but we don't know right now. Just trying to figure everything out. But yeah, that's is what I want to come on here and talk to y'all about, man. Just Super Bowl, the new hires with the head coaching hires that happened in the league this year or this last week or so. And I do have one thing I wanted to talk about real quick, specifically for Eagles fans. Look, y'all, I love y'all. I really do. But some of y'all are the most annoying motherfuckers on this fucking planet. You know what I'm saying? Like, some of y'all don't have patience, man. I don't know where that comes from. I don't think it comes. I don't know where, and I'm not gonna speculate where it does or doesn't come from. But I do think that you have to understand that this period of Philadelphia Eagles football that we're currently in right now is the best we've ever seen. You know what I mean? And I'm not ancient. You know what I mean? I'm not, but I know my beard makes me look like it. But bro, I can remember seeing a lot of fucking losing football, taking a lot of damn jokes about the Eagles having no rings, and you know what I'm saying, the Rich Kotite years, the Buddy Ryan years where they weren't winning anything and shit. You know what I mean? All those years, and then the Chip Kelly years where he traded Shady and traded and let Deshaun go, and then ESP wrote that bullshit fucking the bullshit fucking article. The Mike McMahon years. You know what I mean? The Jim McMahon years. I remember all that shit. So yes, there is a lot of trauma built up. If y'all have trauma, I get that. But right now, dude, look in the last. Let's not even go. Yes, Nick Foles and them won the Super Bowl, wherever case may be. But this is the most successful. This 5-year stretch is the most successful time the Eagles have ever had. And every time something happens, y'all jump to the fucking worst extreme instead of just taking the time to just wait. No, think about it. Just think about it, yo. The Eagles aren't playing no games right now. None. So they have to handle their administrative processes to get what they need. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got an OC. Well, what's taking them so long? Where the fuck are they going? Where the fuck do they have to go? You know what I mean? They're not playing the game next week. They're not playing the game 3 weeks from now. So why are you fucking crying about, oh, they don't have one? Because that team has one. Who gives a fuck about what the other team has? You know what I'm saying? A hiring process takes time. If you want quality, it takes time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want, this ain't like you can just go pick up a fucking, this ain't like ice where you can just pick it up at 7. Oh, ugh. I don't even know you said that. You know what I'm saying? This ain't like you can just go to the store and pick up a fucking 2 liter, or you can't DoorDash a fucking head offensive coordinator. That shit takes time, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck are you? What are you thinking? You know, like, for one, be glad they made fucking Patullo got him the fuck out the paint, man. You know what I'm saying? Let them. Shit takes time. Quality takes time, man. Anything that's worth something takes time. I really like where the Eagles are right now. You know what I mean? Don't be in a rush to do things just because everyone thinks you should. That's how you get fucked up situations. That's how you get a Giants. That's how you get a Giants team that hasn't been shit. They've been under. They're like 70 games under 500 for the last 12 years. 12 years. That's how you get that. That's how you get a fucking Cowboys team that's not won shit since fucking Martin ran away from Gina to the Colt. You know what I'm saying? That's how you get a Commanders team that hasn't won anything since New York Undercover was on TV. That's how you get shit like that, man. Because people are in such of a rush, you cannot microwave success, dude. You cannot microwave quality. That's not how it works. That's not how nothing works in life. Just relax a little bit, man. And then the whole infighting, that shit's annoying too. Y'all be infighting too much. Like, both of y'all want the same thing. Y'all both want the team to be good, but because y'all have differences in opinions, that person has to be a bitch. You have to talk about that person's child. You have to talk about that person's, weight. Shut the fuck up, man. It's about the team. Learn how to have a grown-up community, a grown-up conversation. Some of y'all are just weak in real life. You know what I mean? Just chill, man. The Eagles are going to be okay. Trust that they're going to get things correct. They have shown that they have done that on multiple occasions where they have taken their time to get things or get coaches, and the results have ended up in Super Bowls. So I'm chilling. You know what I mean? Like, just relax, man. Y'all will be okay. All right. Eagles fans, y'all will be okay. Let Howie and let Jeffrey do what they need to do. I think and there's still more to go in this year. So just give them time to do what they need to do, man. Everything will be good, and learn how to read, learn how to listen. You know what I'm saying, and learn how to comprehend. Work on that. You know what I'm saying. But it is what it is, man. Hey, we'll be back probably Wednesday, maybe Thursday, and then my guy Nelson, he'll probably be back following that because he's a really big Bills fan. I know he's going to talk about that team that hasn't won shit in 33 years, but it is what it is. That's his team. I got, he's my guy. I'm going to let him do it. But, hey, man, we're going to be back on here soon, man. Hit that like and subscribe because I feel like a pod. I'm running the damn the Twitter feed. So that's me. If you hear me interacting, that's me doing that. Nelson's running the Instagram and all that shit. So just hit us up, man. We always here. We're always available, man. Y'all have a good night. Stay out of the cold. It's fucking too fucking cold to be out there, man. I don't want your bones cracking and shit. So we out, yo. Holla at y'all.